Imagine if leadership and development was a uniting factor for people towards a certain achievement. When people set aside their political differences and affront a cause that will benefit everyone.
What does omuntu wa wansi see as development in Entebbe?
Mbuuza meya akyegana, tawuni kiraka akyegana.
Who is the problem now?
Ensonga eno ejja kuggwa.
That is politics.
Era tetulina kyakulya n'ekya tekigenda kubaawo.
Join us every Saturday from 9 to 10 a.m. as we discuss matters in Entebbe, the first Uganda's colonial capital, and what it deserves.
Good morning, our dear viewers. You're welcome to today's edition of Entebbe Today. We've had a great week of events at Birmingham, United Kingdom, and Team Uganda has performed so well. And just on the screen, we are seeing Kiplangat Victor the moment when he won that gold medal, the first gold medal for us this year. And you can just see he was so happy and my goodness, I felt I was the one who won the gold medal. This was the marathon and it was last Saturday. It was such a pleasant moment for us. I don't know, if you don't pray, this was the moment to pray. You know, like I'd said in the morning, I think you remember. Okay, let me introduce my co-host, Ivan Kamana Walunyoro. Remember what I told you?
I thought this time you wouldn't get.
Do you remember what I told you? We have a lot of hope in Kiplangat. At least I had.
At least I wasn't sure we were going to have that gold, although we got
For
it.
you, I'm not sure, but I had a lot of
Uganda
hope.
would get a gold.
I was very, very confident
It's
in
only Ken that didn't
Kiplangat.
have.
Ken did not say anything. Ken is here to defend himself. Ken.
I didn't say whether we'll get one or not, but I'm not surprised we got a goal. We're doing well with the distance running. So yeah, I'm happy about the goal.
So the gold has even made us forget to introduce ourselves. Eh?
Yeah.
No, because I had to bring it back because I remember telling you that Kiplangat in the marathon. I told people, get your cups of tea and sit and watch the marathon. You remember I told you
the
that?
introduction will speak that later.
So I was so happy that Kiplangat won that gold medal. So Ivan, introduce yourself again and what you saw in the week. How was it for you?
Well, thank you very much for having me here once again. My name is Ivan Walunyolo. But first and for starters is that we now have 2 golds from Birmingham in the UK. I don't think we'll have another gold.
Why are you always pessimistic? Ken, do you share the same...
You know, truth are bitter. When we're going for these Commonwealth Games, the eye spot was on Cheptegei. Unfortunately, he's not going to
go. Yeah.
God has helped. You know, a good gold is that one you did not expect. That is a good gold. And the gold from Kiplangat, to me, was a score. No one even, a few people knew Kiplangat.
Yeah.
And when he won, at least it was gold worth carrying and telling. Yes, of course, Kiplimo, he is a man who has done this before. And so perhaps doesn't give you that impression properly that you feel the gold.
Yeah,
just like
because you expected it.
You expected it.
Yeah, I expected him to perform.
I want to
That is my starter. You go to Ken. No, go to Ken, I'm done.
Ken. No, as Ken comes in, I want to differ with the both of you because Kiplimo has always been either number 1 or number 2, number 3. Always shadowing Cheptegei.
But he has won gold before.
Where did he win gold?
Hey.
He had never won a gold.
No, not in Commonwealth. You get it?
Okay.
Yes. But what I'm saying...
Okay, he won the races he has won, you know? But we are talking about these that, you know, you carry the medal and everyone sees.
Okay,
but
maybe what I failed to clarify was medal and what. But he has won races that make you portray him with the face of winning.
So he's a medal hopeful.
Yes.
So you can say his was not surprising.
Yes, I forgot to just clarify the medal and then winning the race. That was my starter.
So Ken, what do you think? He's saying that he doesn't expect any other gold medals.
I actually, we always expect the medals we were expecting medals in the running.
Yes.
And they came early, which is good. So it kind of inspires the other disciplines, you know, to try and push us somewhere. I just saw the lady who runs 1,500. Winnie Nanyonjo. She has qualified for the finals. And actually, she qualified well. She led in that heat. So that's good for us also, because now everyone is being inspired. But on a general, I think I want to agree with Ivan. These might be the only goals, but in sports you can never say never. There could be a surprise. But,
and you know what is
but also what he has mentioned, Kiplimo, in those races, he's highly ranked. All over the world, they expected him to deliver. Yes. So there wasn't so much surprise there. He was a medalist. Either way, I would have been disappointed if he came off with nothing. Okay. So coming off with a goal, it's good, but it's not shocking.
Now, as we talk about that, did you see the performance of the defending champion, Stella Chesang? She was the defending champion on the 10,000 meters women, and I think she finished 4th. And you know, she was a defending champion. So now maybe let's talk about the absence of Cheptegei and the timing of his announcement when he said he's not going to go for the Commonwealth. Do you think it had an effect on the? Of
course. When we were going for these Commonwealth Games, the first brand, the first product we front is Cheptegei. Cheptegei came back from World Athletics Championship. I was at the airport with you, and I said this on the previous show. Cheptegei, in the press briefing, told us that he was not going to. No, he was, according to my understanding and interpretation of his statement, he was not willing to go and participate in Birmingham. He said it. Why do I say so? He reached a point of saying, I am confident enough that my friends who have gone there can represent better. What do you interpret from that statement? Of course, his injury was to be determined by his doctor. You get it? But someone who is saying, I'm not feeling well, even if the doctor was bribed, I want to use that word in quotes, even if I bribe a doctor to say, you say you're fit, go and participate, but when you feel you are not okay to participate, it won't be good for you to show out your competence.
That is true.
So when Cheptegei announced that he will not do it, of course, many people lost hope. But the fact that I was watching the race, I mean, I don't like watching things that make me almost want to faint and do what. I was in my house watching the race.
Which race were you watching? Were you watching the marathon or the 10,000 meters?
No, the marathon. No, the 10,000 of Kiplimo. When the 3 Kenyans were putting out a fight that they needed that gold by all means, and I want to repeat, the Kenyans wanted that gold like they had taken it the previous day. Yes. He was number 5. Yeah, I think that was left with the 4 laps to go. Yes. When they said the 4, the Kenyans pushed to the front, and I saw him almost losing it. Yeah, I told myself, you see, there is a way you console yourself when you see something going. I told myself, okay, they have taken it, but at least he has put up his fight. We're happy that our friends from the neighborhood are taking it. Now, when we go to 3rd, 2nd, I was still even
2 laps to go.
2 laps, I wasn't even hopeful. But I came to understand that even athletics, they have an art in it. Yes. You get it?
Definitely.
It's about timing.
It is an art of calculating your opponent. Yeah. Yes. So when they said 1 lap to go, the bell was rung. And then I see this young guy. No, not even that he opened up immediately. They took about 200 to 300 meters. I saw
the last 300.
Now the Kenyan started to be more faster than him. I didn't know he was going to give up at a certain point. I thought he was going to take it up to the end. Oh my God. I was holding a glass of what you know. And when it was left like about 50 meters, I saw this young man opening up, and that's when I knew he is a good calculative athlete. And when he won, I was like, oh,
Did you drop what you were drinking?
I don't want to talk about what happened after the race, but I was so happy.
But Ken, what do you? Yes, thank you for your analysis. Ken, what was you? Where were you first of all when this race was on?
I was watching. I was also at home watching, and actually, for me, this long distance, I usually wait for the last. I'm not so into the first laps because they are usually sometimes
it's 25 laps.
They drag.
25 laps.
So I time myself. I know that time. that these laps take. I know the time that these races take, so I'll know that maybe in the last minutes I'll come now and watch. Actually, the last 3 laps, I felt like Ivan felt. I was like the Kenyans, and you know, I felt like he was a lone runner, you know, running against a team.
Yes.
So I feel like, no, he can't make it. They have tactically beaten him. But that last turn, he came through, and I was surprised. There's a commentator who said these guys have 2 pairs, 2 sets of lungs. You know, I feel like he had just started the race.
Yes,
the finishing,
sprinting.
the sprint.
Sprinted.
I felt like he's running 800 meters.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
After the win,
and he broke the record, I think.
After the win, then
the games.
I think
games. The record for the games.
Yeah,
yes.
he
after
did.
the win, then the producer of this show went on Twitter and said, I think now Kenya can tell the reason. I think they can tell the effects of why they refused our maize to go there. But after the show, it was so nice. I saw these 2 guys, the guy who became second, and then...
In fact, it was Kenya 2, 3, 4.
Yes. Kenya.
And to tell you the truth, when the race began, how many laps did you watch? The first
I was watching a certain show. I wasn't watching the games.
So now let me tell you, I watched all the 25 laps. The way Kiplimo started the whole race, there was a white from Scotland who was pace setting. And then, to tell you the truth, without the Kenyans, we would have lost it, because there was a lot of team dynamics. The Scottish runner had been setting the pace, and he was he was so fast. And you know, with long distance, you must time yourself. If you run too fast, you are going to get tired, you see. And that is what happened with the women. Chesang and Chebet. Chebet was way behind, almost 2 laps, a lap behind the winning pack. Before you could know it, they had set the pace so fast that Chesang could not... She couldn't catch up in the leading pack. That's why even the person who won.
But you see, Ken, one thing I've also noticed that when you win a gold, all the people who will come and compete next time, they will use your running tactics to train themselves.
Yes.
There's that
if
bit.
you don't change the technique.
Yes, there's that bit. But then let me first finish my point. I watched the 25 laps for the men and also for the women. And I was telling you the difference between Kiplimo and Chesang. Now, for the men, there were only 9 runners. For the women, there were 14. Now, unfortunately for Chesang, like I said, we didn't have that level of teamwork or team spirit where you find Cheptegei, Kiplimo, and Kisa, when they are running, you know this one is going to set the pace for me. Now here, you'd think Chebet would set the pace for Chesang, but she fell so far behind because the first 5 laps of their 25 laps were so fast. Chebet, I told you, she was even overlapped by the winning pack. She was overlapped. And you could see she was telling him, you go, you go ahead of me. And Chesang, that was the problem. She did not keep within the top 5. And you know, with these races, you might think you will catch up, but just a distance of 50 meters,
you lose it in the first
it is
laps.
so hard. Even to tie your
the first
shoelaces or anything, you lose it. You just saw what happened to Cheptegei when he went on the side to get water and he still missed it. So you losing 2 seconds of a race. It's hard to catch up.
But I'm happy that Africa puts up a good fight. Let me tell you, it is always nice. It is always good to go and win in a foreign land. It is nice. I am happy for Kenya. I am happy for Uganda. I am happy
Tanzania.
for all other
got a
athletes
medal
from Africa who have done the
They got a
best.
medal in which one?
I think they came 3rd in the marathon, didn't they?
Yes, I
It was
think
1
they
Uganda, 2 Kenya.
2 Kenya. Anyway, you know,
3
with the
TZ.
marathon, the good thing with marathon, anyway,
It was an East African affair.
When we come back from the break, we're going to talk about the fact that Uganda is number 13 out of 33 on the medal table because we have 2 gold medals. And
Sam Mposa is as well joining us.
Yes, so we are going to have Sam Mposa. So we don't run away. We have a lot to tell you about. And we have more results to give you, netball, rugby sevens, and So please don't leave us. We need you back, and just a short break, and we shall be back.
Entebbe, the land of freshness, fresh breeze, fresh water, fresh weather, and fresh foods. Entebbe is not just the gateway to Uganda, but also fresh foods supplied from 81 Sese Islands in Lake Victoria. Fresh foods from the garden to Chitoro Market and straight to your home. Visit Chitoro Market in Entebbe, Uganda's first capital for all your fresh foods.
Welcome to Entebbe. Uganda's first colonial capital, the home of recreation and tourism. Meet its welcoming people and enjoy the fresh winds from Lake Victoria.
Welcome back from the short break we had, and yes, I'm Joanna Kello and my co-host Ivan Kamana and Ken. Just before that break, we had some people almost wanted to box each other here, competing for gold medals. I don't know whether I'll be the ones to give you the gold medals, but there's a lull feeling that we might never get a gold medal. But
You know, sometimes you should speak the truth.
I'm a very hopeful person.
When you speak the truth, may not be good.
What have I said that is wrong?
That's what, but we're saying.
You said you don't expect a gold medal?
Yeah, but you can expect.
I am expecting.
But I don't decide for the athletes to win. I just said.
No, I am a very because I told him I watch the matches. I watch a race from beginning to the end.
So when a goal comes, it will be a bonus.
Very, and
But
we will come it.
It might be bronze. It might be bronze.
Yeah.
Might be silver. You don't always just look at gold because.
So we shall welcome any medal.
Yes.
But if they don't come, we won't be
We are
shocked.
also okay.
You'll not be shocked.
Yes.
Okay, but let's get the person who is on the ground.
Yes,
He's virtually everywhere.
even see
He's
him.
in the various arenas, and we have Sam Mpoza, and he's going to tell us what's happening that side, and just how has Team Uganda been performing. Yeah. So let's get him, and we shall come back.
Sam, where are you and what is happening?
We are out of, we can't win any more medals in netball. Of course, having lost a chance to qualify to the semi-finals in netball, that means we got out of the medal brackets. Badminton, all our people are out. Swimming, everyone is out. Squash, everyone is out. Table tennis, everyone is out. All the para games, everyone is out. And boxing, probably boxing, we got one medal, and of course you know how we got that medal. It was through a walkover because our lady boxer, Teddy Nachimuri, did not find an opponent up to the semi-finals. Actually, her would-be opponent in the quarter-finals, I think, overweighed, and she was ruled out of the competition. So Nachimuri got a medal by luck. So more medals to come. Yes, they may come in athletics, because on Sunday, like we talked about this before, Winnie Nanyondo will be on track running the 1500 meters. She can win a medal. When you look at how she performed and her opponents in this final for Sunday, she can do something. Like you asked, yes, that how is the camp composed? Camp is, of course, as we speak now, there's nothing much to speak about the camp, because, like I told you, many of the athletes have had their part of their share of the competition. They gave us what they could. They are out, though in some events, some disciplines, the athletes participated well. They showed that if probably they had been prepared well, they would have participated even much better. So what we have now to do is to come back home, prepare our teams better, build the facilities. Ivan, we need to build the facilities. We don't have facilities in Uganda. If you come this side and you see what these people have, you really accept that we don't have facilities in Uganda. The Lugogo Indoor Stadium does not match even the smallest of the training grounds here. So we need to do preparations in facilities that match the venues that we are going to compete in, and of course that now comes back to government to help and invest more in sports. I've seen both ministers here, the outgoing sports minister Dennis Oboa, and the incoming sports minister, Peter Ogwang. Both of them are in Birmingham. Let me hope their coming here will not stop at just coming, but they are actually picking a leaf from this competition and go home. Try to lobby government to put up facilities, invest more in sports, invest more in sports infrastructure. That's where we have a problem. Because if you get 47 billion shillings and you put it into sponsoring athletes to go for competitions and you have not prepared them well, you're not doing anything. We need to develop facilities. We need to develop facilities, training and competition facilities. Then also, we need to work on our coaches. Coaching is a problem because when you look at what these guys do here, the skill level is too high compared to our athletes. Our athletes are trying, yes, because of course Africans are Africans. In sports, we have that natural, inborn, ability to do things. But you see, these guys might be weak here. The ones who come to compete with, the whites who are beating our people, they are not as strong as our people. But they have better skills. They have better skills in all sports. Look at England, how they beat she cranes. When you look at the strength of the Ugandan athletes, our physicality is better than that of the English, but they beat us. So we need also to work on coaching. Our coaches need to be helped to upgrade their skills, training. We need also to work on other things, like for instance, do our team managers know what they're doing? That's also another question. Our doctors, do we have the right doctors, sports doctors, to handle injuries? There's one story here I had in one camp. It is a certain doctor who came with the team, but he didn't know what to do with the athletes until some white doctor came in to help. And according to what I hear, the athletes really were like, okay, when this guy touched us, we got a difference. But our doctor was not helping. So such things also matter. Those small details, like Micho says, the small details we don't prepare for are the ones that also mostly cost us winning medals at this level of competition at the big stage. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you very much. That's some poser, but I have noticed some things from his submission, which should not be so surprising. Some of them, we talked about them.
Yeah, we did.
On the previous show.
We did, most of them.
And most of them had been even also highlighted by Cheptegei.
You get it?
Yes.
Cheptegei said some of them. Some of them, you'd actually understand them from ground. The kit arrived
late.
For boxers.
For boxers.
Very embarrassing.
Yeah. Very embarrassing.
It reminds me of World Cup. Was it Nigeria? Where their jerseys arrived after their last game?
And actually, but anyway, away from that, he has also talked about the facility. I think from the countries that have gone to participate or compete in these Commonwealth Games, we are also among those that take the tail of having poor training facilities.
That's true.
We win these things by surprise.
By luck. Surprise.
Surprise. It's just a surprise.
Individual effort.
Yeah.
And
some said you get
47
billions and give athletes to go and participate, but you cannot get 15 billions or 10 out of that to make facilities for them, prepare them before you send them.
Did you hear the joke where he said there's that our Lugogo Indoor Stadium, it can't even fit.
It is the worst. It's like a community training.
It can't fit anywhere in London or wherever.
That's
he
true.
has
We talked
gone.
about this last time.
Yeah,
I mean, we don't even have the basics. We don't even have the basics. So you can't expect these athletes to give much when they are competing with people who are literally over-facilitated. You know what I mean? They're over-facilitated.
That is their way of life. First, actually now, okay, let's think about it. One, the lifestyle of someone abroad. These are people who walk. These are people who jog. These are people who run. So already it's in their system. But look at us as Ugandans.
No, you see,
We are just starting to.
I
It's
think,
now a corporate. It's
Ken,
a
you allow
corporate
me
thing now
disagree with
that
her.
we are walking, we are
I
jogging
think as
and
a
having
country,
gyms.
we must realize our targets and the dreams. We
Yes.
didn't know that athletics would bring us far in terms of marketing the country. Cheptegei is there. But now, after the man has more than 2 golds of marketing Uganda, what would we have done? The first thing is to support that discipline, invest in as much as we can. And he's not alone. Kiplime is a young man promising. Maybe tomorrow, next year, or the following year, Cheptegei might retire from this. But how can we still make that potential to marketing our country? But also, this sport is business.
That is true.
Sport is business. It's us who take it as leisure and part of, you know,
But
what the other people can be, maybe, can I say employed, or that people can do in their...
Ivan, do you know what? I'm just trying to tell you that if we made it a lifestyle, first of all, that is where you're buying in. You know, when the moment you have a population that buys into something, because you know when you are, let's first start off, like I was telling you, our lifestyle, you think now it has become a corporate kind of lifestyle where you go, there are gyms, there are where you go and work out, you know. In Entebbe here, we're going to have that small facility where you can go and you can go do basketball, netball, whatever it is, some indoor games, some football. You can do it at night or daytime. Ken knows about that place. But what I'm trying to tell you is that the lifestyle of the West, the people in the West, the Western world, they walk, they jog, they run, they work out.
Let's look at this sport
so
as
if
a
he says they are over-facilitated.
Ken, let's look at a sport as business.
Look at it from my view.
Not for
How
leisure.
do you get
I
a
personally
child?
walk, but I
Do you know,
can't
Ivan,
compete.
if you want people now, like, if you are talking about business, do you know that South Africa, the national team, they're called Proteas because their sponsor is called Proteas. MTN gave our team 50 million. They gave the She Cranes 50 million. The outgoing minister for sports, Peter Hamson Oboa, had this vision that every sports, every national team should have a sponsor so that it can supplement the money that government gives. Sports is given 27 billion. You have seen just one event like Commonwealth. We have spent 7 billion. One event like it's 7 billion. Now you're being given 27 billion. 10 billion goes to football. Now you have, I mean, at the end of the and this is just the start of the financial year. So I think when you say it's business, how do you buy in the population? How do you bring in companies? How do you bring in everybody who thinks they're not even related to sports? Everyone will think, but if I can throw in something for Cheptegei's foundation, I can give them maybe kits, I can give them jerseys, I can sponsor their shoes. Remember when Inzikuru ran without shoes?
Even before you get there, we have to start with the basic, because you can get to that place.
Yes.
If you have the athletes, you have the facilities.
Yes.
What is going to drive all those things is first get the facilities.
But
now once you get those facilities,
yes,
you're going to get all these things Sam has been talking about, the technicalities, the training. If you have all these things in place, you're going to develop
Ken, you're just failing to summarize your conversation in one thing. I want to say it from this show, and I want to repeat after saying it. Sport disciplines like athletics, in Uganda, we take it to be a sport for the less privileged. Go to training centers. Look at the children who are training.
Yes.
Look at the people who are well off in communities where they have N of their children. And that's why I'm telling you. You see, even as a country, after this guy is winning, the president says we integrate them into the security
agency.
But no, these guys are products to us. It's what we can show the world. They can even keep in their beds, just wake up to train, and we pay them.
But also,
and the taxpayer will be even...
You know, Ivan, when you say... I always want to look at the broader view. Because when you say that it's for the less... I mean, all of us are less privileged in you. There are very few people that
the 1% population.
Yes. Yeah. But what I'm trying... you see, I've been to Sebei region many times.
Yes.
You see children who are over 50 running in the morning.
Yes.
But none of them even has shoes, running shoes. Listen, I'm still bringing my message. None of them even has shoes to aid them run.
Yes.
You get me? That's why I'm telling you. Now, even people, I think, who are the other side and have a bit of a good earnings cannot allow their children to go and do that. But as a country, I think we need to have children who come from even well-off family. You see in the US, you see where these guys come from. They're taken as gold because it is what a country can present in terms of better representation.
No.
But now, if for us, we are saying that a guy is into police because he has to keep surviving. We have seen some athletes who go to these tournaments or competitions and run away from the camps.
Yes.
The recent one was this young guy you saw.
Sekitoleko, yes.
Sekitoleko. He brought us a bad name, but he tried to depict
The situation.
the picture of a real athlete and a real kind of a person we present to the world. You get me?
Yes.
Some of them are here in Kampala. They will just tell you that guy was a national team goalkeeper. You get it? This guy was a good athlete. He was a good boxer. But when you look at their well-being, are guys who are begging for what to survive on.
Now, okay, Ivan, I'm sorry to cut you short, but I want you to know that it is not something that will be solved by just one group. It's like a triangle. Like I was telling you, you need a buy-in of the population. How do you ensure that, in school, you find that they're saying, you're going to get 2 points or 3 points because you are doing sports, and you realize there are those people who say, I can't do sports, I can't do anything. And yet, if you can't do it, then contribute for it. You see what I'm trying to say? Like what Obua said, Honorable Obua was like, at least have every national team sponsored by some company. At the end of that day, there will be supplementary.
Ken has said some.
Yes,
we should not only look at the national team.
No, you're
How
not.
many academies do we have nationally as a country that bring products to this?
Ivan, look at this. Do you remember how Coca-Cola did its? Is it Coca-Cola?
Thank you very much.
Was it Coca something?
It's,
Then remember the Kampala kids.
Yeah.
Remember how there was so much vibe around it.
Yes.
You have to start something, and that's when government wakes up.
Yes, it is.
So
Joanna,
all this is an opportunity to have everyone,
yes.
to get everyone in.
Is it too early? Is it too early or it is too late for us
whatever
to have
it is,
done
we
it?
have to start. But the thing is, you're going to talk about facilities, but where is the land?
Government has a lot of land.
No.
It's always giving investors. Where?
Yes,
Yes,
but that's why we
So
are
now
saying.
that's why we're saying we should start with the issue of land. Where is the land? Where can it be identified?
The land is there. I think.
And they always say land is for
I
investment.
said this before. I said
It's
this
always
before on
for
the last
beef,
show.
for
Yeah?
coffee.
And I think, Ivan, you're trying to make the same point. We haven't prioritized.
That's what I'm saying.
Sports.
You are talking
So
about.
this is what you're talking about, that if we
We
prioritize...
just support the national
Yes.
team, which is going to go. We must have young people.
But
No,
where is the continuity?
No,
Because
you
even
see-
these guys on the national team, if you
Yes.
think about it, they have been self-made. They have gotten themselves there. We see them up there. Okay, you come in the national
and
team.
we want to grab them.
We have no factory that
Even
is
there
churning
is,
up.
there is
Yes.
a race chapter guy went for, I think, on his personal money. Which
Yeah,
one? I
there's
think
so
one of
many.
them, I've forgotten.
And there are many experiences, and
These
he will
guys
not
have
even
been-
share because now he has reached
But
a
when
level where he
he
feels.
wins, I know of people I will talk about them next time we come. There are people who are the first to tweet. I normally use Twitter so much.
Yes.
People who are so fast to tweet,
tweet.
and they're the ones who are in better positions to plan for these sport
Yes.
disciplines, first to tweet. But when you tell them about the future of this sport, they will just tell you the national team is doing this. Go to these countries who are competing. Go to Kenya. Kenya is just brought guys,
Yes.
3 of them behind Kipulimo. You can go to their training facilities. You will tell what a sport should be. I can't say they're first better off than any other
Yes,
country,
but
they're our
Ivan,
neighbors.
Ivan, but you should also appreciate that Kenya has also come from far.
But
They
by
had
the
the
way-
same. Actually, they had it. Theirs was worse.
By the way, let me
I think
also
theirs was
allow me
worse.
say this,
Yes.
yeah? Because sometimes when we talk about facilities, there's a notion that we are talking about to
State
build
of the art.
skyscrapers, stadiums. No, let's start with the basic things that we can.
Yes.
For example, I was privileged to study in Lake Vic Primary. That school was started by Europeans. But I can assure you, I can play table tennis, I can play volleyball, I can play handball. But why? Because these Europeans had those facilities in the school, basic. Every
You just
school
actually you
had
just
a,
change
had
the
a
net
table
or something.
tennis.
Court.
Then we had clubs. Yeah. If we can't do, we can start from somewhere. The main problem, we have ignored these things, and we're saying, oh no, let's wait when our budget is trillions and trillions. We will never start.
That's very
We
true.
can start from the UPE schools. Yeah. Let government give each something. It might be just some few facilities.
Even regional stadiums for these sports
Yes.
may not be first class,
We-
but
yes,
at least if
but
we
we
can
have-
have one for good football,
Yes,
one
one
for
for
good
rugby.
athletics, training, turfs and what.
I can tell
rugby.
you. By the way, Ivan, if you go to Europe, football-wise, most like in Spain, the clubs don't own stadiums. The stadiums are owned by the government and the councils. These guys just go there, to hire them, because they know if every club is different from England. If every club buys land to put a stadium,
it's so costly.
it could be very costly.
Yes.
But the government can say, I'm putting a stadium here, subsidize. It will improve the football. It will improve the running. But we even don't have one running track. It's Nambole. These guys run on a turf called Tata.
Don't talk about Nambole because the story.
Where do we train from? Where are we running from? You can't run on Maram and go and run on those
In fact, you will become a tourist when you reach there. You'll first look at the facility.
Yes, that's what I was saying.
So, okay, now, I think now with this discussion we have actually talked about so much, but I was thinking, where next? I'm looking at, I think we should now talk about the team sports. We have dwelled so much on the individuals. Let's talk about the team sports. When you look at the netball team, the She Cranes, yes, their results, yes, they performed well. They were beaten by, the better ranked teams. They were beaten by England. They were beaten by New Zealand. But if you looked at the quality of the players, I am very hopeful in that team. Because if you look at the 2018 Commonwealth Games and the ones that are played now, we have only three players, the three girls who played in 2018. That's Peace Proskovia, the captain, Stella Oyela, and I think Nampungu. But if you look at the ages and the skills of the team that we have actually showcased at the Commonwealth, my friend, we have a bright future. We have a very bright future. We have a very good team. When you look at the rugby sevens, Desire, I know many people looked at him when he was busy playing as a DJ. But we have
in the contingent that went to UK.
For the netball?
The entire team Uganda.
Team Uganda, we went in, we have 11, we qualified in 11 disciplines. Anyway.
Do you know that some sports that even some people don't know and we went to?
Table tennis, we did swimming, we did rugby, we did boxing. So we have a number of those disciplines, but I'm telling you, just the quality. We might not have gotten medals in any of those, like netball we haven't, but what I know is at the end of the day, you learn. Like 2018, that is when everyone said, hey, we have a serious netball team.
But let me ask, this netball team was it the Commonwealth again last year?
In 2018.
So how far did we get?
In 2018, we finished number 6.
So how are we doing right now? If you they haven't finished.
We were competing for number 5, yes. And but what I can say is that we are a better team. Yes, because if you even look at the way we are performed against England, against New Zealand, you can really see we are very confident. We have a younger team.
Yes.
And trust me, I am very sure in the next 5 years we are going to be beating
this is what I'm saying. Yeah? Yes. Because you know me, I like the rankings. The rankings don't lie.
They don't.
So you'll find that Uganda, we are number 2 in Africa.
Yes.
Probably we are expected to finish 5th or 6th. The thing is, this is what Sam talked about, technical issues. If we don't have people to solve these technical issues, we might never move on.
Ken, who is the coach of this netball?
It's called Fred.
No, not only netball. Who is the coach to these athletes here? Do they improve and update their skills?
Yes.
Isn't it?
Yes.
2, where are they getting them? What is government's position in bettering these sports? I want to summarize my take and then
yes, of course.
The other thing as well is, what is the well-being of these athletes who have gone? When they come back here, what will be their well-being? Do we still need them? Or will need them when
I can only answer one, because from 2018, that's when we saw our girls, some of them going to play abroad.
Sam talked about a doctor. You not. He talked about a doctor who went from here to with the contingent, and when one of the players got injured, the doctor could not help.
What to do.
It is the other doctor from the other team who came and...
But Ivan, for me, what I always look at, I look at every event as an opportunity to learn. Yes, we have made mistakes. We might not win gold. We might not win anything, but we have won gold. We have been.
We need to improve.
No, yes,
as soon
that's
as
very
we come
true.
back from that,
yes,
we need to have meetings.
I am playing devil's advocate. Sometimes it's also good to learn on your own, and you own something so much when you have put in so much of your own. There's no way Cheptegei can just wake up one day and say, I'll never run again, because he knows how much has been invested into him and what he has put. So when he makes a decision like that, it is more of 90% of him, rather than where this one they are pumped money into you and they are even going to babysit you. They are going to, please, no. I am sorry. I know I am shaking tables here, but to tell you the truth, when you do it on your own, at least you learn. Trust me, whether we talk about coaching, it will still go to football. You hear clubs where the coach is always fighting with the managers, the players. You hear of what happens in the locker rooms. Whatever it is, they have not been paid. But at the end of the day, after an event, what is going to happen? Okay. Are these people going to play somewhere? Are we going to see rugby sevens playing in Australia where we held them? It was a draw 12-12. Are we going to see people going to play professional boxers? You know, so I hope this is an opportunity. Yes, it's an opportunity for our teams and our players. Yes. So it was a great edition. I would not give you an opportunity to close because our time is up, but thank you so much for joining us this week. No, because you've said it all. We are going to have a jog after this because we have had a lot of discussions here, and I pray that you have a great day, but enjoy the Commonwealth. Don't give up like Ivan.
Hey, you did talk about Premier League. Oh my God, Premier League.
Yeah, Premier
Man U
League.
is playing on Sunday.
Liverpool is playing today. I think the early kickoff is
Sunday, which is tomorrow. So where are you going to be? Where are you going to watch the game from?
I'm still thinking. I don't want to tell you where I'll watch it from.
I'm not sure. I wanted to watch it at home.
I'm going to watch this game at Hotel Horizon. There is a new hotel.
Oh, I should come there too.
Yeah. We
Horizon.
should go. Let's go.
Horizon.
Horizon.
Hey, okay.
New places.
Yeah.
So catch the game there when Man U will be slashing down. I'm telling you, this is going to be so interesting.
Of course, Man U will win.
And
I don't know whether you are a Sn1 fan, but Man U has to win.
I don't know about Man U.
See you then.
imagine if leadership and development was a uniting factor for people towards a certain achievement. When people set aside their political differences and affront a cause that will benefit everyone.
What does omuntu wa wansi see as development in Entebbe?
Mbuuza meeya akyegana, tawunikiraka akyegana.
Who is the problem now?
Ensonga eno ejja kuggwa.
That is politics.
Era tetulina kyakulya n'ekya tekigenda kubaawo.
Join us every Saturday from 9 to 10 a.m. as we discuss matters in Entebbe, the first Uganda's colonial capital, and what it deserves.